Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Monday, so that must mean it's Man Card Monday. My name is Lori Skinner and I am from thiscraftersdream.com. Thank you for joining me today. For today's man card, I am going to be using the Well Done stamp set. For the actual card front, I'm only using this sentiment right here. My love for you is bigger than the ocean. This stamp set does come with a matching punch that's a whale. It'll punch out this whale, and it also, if you have some of the Whale of a Time DSP, which it's been well used, you can, these whales on this sheet, they punch out using the whale stamp. So you have a lot of different uses for this punch, which is nice. So what we are going to be doing today, we're going to be using, for the card front, we're going to be using Calypso Coral and Pacific Point. And on the inside, I just put a little strip of cardstock, but on the envelope, I stamped some of the coral, I guess it's kelp, and fish and seahorses, and for that I used all four of these colors: Calypso Coral, Pacific Point, Granny Apple Green, and Just Jade. For my cards, don't worry about having to write down what I'm using or any of the cardstock sizes. If you look in the description, it'll have all the supplies, all the cardstock sizes, everything you need to make this card. Okay, so to start off, this is a really fast card. I think the thing that takes the longest is stamping the sentiment twice, or if you're not super fast on cutting, fussy cutting out the little turtle. But other than that, this is a really fast card. So we have a card base that's Calypso Coral. It's 4.5 by 11, and I scored it at 5.5. Then we have this is it's the reverse side of this, which that always happens to me. The paper that I love the most, I like both sides, so I have to always pick and choose. So this is like it looks like fish scales kind of, and it's also Calypso Coral. So this layer is 4 by 5 1/4, and I am going to put it down with some liquid glue. This is it's a fun stamp set. When I'm done with this one, I'll show you some of the other cards that I've created using this stamp set. And this stamp set and punch is not retiring, but the DSP is. So keep that in mind, that if you want to make any of these projects, you may want to hop on over to my online store and get the paper now, because when it sells out, it's just gone. You won't be getting it. Okay, so like I said, this is the back side of the orange. It's like a school of fish. It's kind of cute. I don't think I have another piece. I think I have used it all. Let me look real quick. Yeah, I think I did. I think I've used it all. Yep. Okay, so I can't show you how big the swirl is. But if you look in the catalog, you can see it. Okay, so this piece, I believe it was 3.5 by 4 1/4, and I'm just going to add it with dimensionals. Okay, just going to add it to the center. If you guys don't know what the retired list is, every year before Stampin' Up issues the new annual catalog, they release a list of all the stamps, papers, inks, ribbons that will no longer be in the catalog, won't be available. And it's only for a short period of time that you're able to get these items before the new catalog sale starts. But the issue is things go fast. So if there's anything, if you go to my Stampin' Up, my blog, thiscraftersdream.com, on the top there is a link that says online store. If you go to the online store under specials and sales, you'll see last chance list. And that will show you all the product that's still available that's retiring. Okay, so to stamp the sentiment, as you can see, it's in two different colors. Calypso Coral and Pacific Point. I'm going to use a Stamparatus for this so I can wipe off the sentiment. This is just a strip of 1/2 inch white, basic white. And I usually have these strips because when I'm cutting up my my card layers for my insides, some of you know I keep a stack of these. They're just 4 by 5 1/4. I keep a stack of them for the inside of my cards, so I just grab them and go. So this 1-inch strips are left from when I cut a bunch of inside pieces. This is what's left. So I have a bucket full of scraps that are 1/2 inch. Okay, so what we're gonna do, let me grab the stamp. We're gonna lay it right on here. So excuse my head if he gets in here just for a second. I want to make sure I get it where I want. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, let's see. Yeah, I'll do this one first. You know, I think I'm going to do this one differently. On this one, I just stamped it and everything's in one layer. I think to give it a little more dimension, I'm going to stamp the love. I'm going to stamp it once in Calypso Coral, and then I'm going to stamp it another time in the Pacific Point and cut out the ocean and the love and raise them up just for a little bit of additional dimension. Okay, so we have that one. Whoops. These things are so strong. You get them close. Oh my goodness, excuse me. I'm in California in the Napa Valley, and everything is in bloom. So my allergies are full force right now. So I apologize. Clean off the stamp. My Simply Chamois. Okay, let's stamp on a scratch paper. Just to make sure. Okay, now we're going to stamp the Pacific Point. This is one thing I like about crafting is you do something, and then as you're recreating it, you think of something different to do. Oops, that is in the way. Okay, perfect. Now, let's cut this. So for this one, we're just going to cut these at an angle. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, looks good. Now, let's cut out ocean. And the love. Perfect. And I just so happen to have many dimensionals. Except I think I'm going to have to cut one in half for the ocean. It's pretty small. or I'll just use a strip. I'll just use a little strip of this edging. That works. Okay. Put it on the back of here. It is a beautiful weekend here. I hope you guys are having nice weather. We've been out getting ready, our motorhome ready, because we're going to be taking a quick trip over to the coast later this month just to get away. We haven't been able to do anything. And now that the campgrounds are opening up, you have a fun time trying to get a campsite because everybody wants to go camping too. Okay, so we have that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out the cute little sea turtles. I love this paper. This is my favorite paper. Isn't he just the cutest thing ever? So we are going to, let's see. That dude, his thing is cut off, so we'll use this one. So all I do is I cut around this loosely, making sure I don't cut another turtle, just in case I can use it for something else. Okay, then we're just gonna, oh, hang on, let me grab glasses. This stuff, that's better. See the lines just a little better with glasses. Remember, when you're cutting, always turn the paper with the opposite hand that you're cutting with. Just makes for smoother cuts. You always wonder how people get perfect hand-cut circles. That's how they do it. Okay. As much as fussy cutting is not my favorite thing to do, but as much as it's not my favorite thing to do, I find myself doing it a lot. Because I end up loving an image on the designer series paper. So I just cut it out. Okay, almost done. Last bit. Okay. I love this little guy. Okay. So now let's put some dimensionals. Having issues with that word today. The back of the sentiment. And the turtle dude. As soon as I saw this paper, it made me think of Finding Nemo. Such a cute movie. I have a very big love of sea turtles. That was one thing that was my favorite part of living in San Antonio, Texas, was we were super close to South Padre Island, where, well, not super close, it was still a 4-hour drive, but we were close, and our friends had a condo down there that we would go down there to the sea turtle rescue and visit all the sea turtles. Okay, so we're going to make a bow with our linen thread. one year it was for my daughter's 16th birthday. She wanted to go. She didn't want a big party. She just wanted to go to Cabo. So we went. We took her best friend, Annalisa. And while we were there at the resort, they were releasing a bunch of sea turtles. So we were able to help them release all these little itty bitty cute baby sea turtles. It was just the highlight of our trip. Okay, so I have a mini glue dot that I rolled up. Put it on the back of the bow. Oops, sticking out a little. There we go. I roll up the glue dot so there's not a lot of adhesive surface sticking out around the linen thread since it's so much smaller. Okay, and there we go. The front of our card is done. Isn't that cute? Okay, so let's do the inside real quick. Let me grab an envelope. Okay, so the inside, I think I forgot to cut my paper. I sure did. Here we go. See, here's some of that swoop of the fish that I was talking about. Let's just cut a little strip. I'll just cut a 1/2 inch strip. And we'll make it 4 inches. We'll glue it down. This would be cute if you make a little gift bag and put a bunch of fishy crackers in it. Glue this down. Put this on the inside of the card. Okay, there. Now that's done. Let's decorate an envelope. So we have our basic white envelopes, the ink pads. Okay, now we need some blocks. Coral, cute little fishies. Where's the seahorse? There he is. These blocks are kind of big for this, but it'll work. And I probably need, yep, I need a taller one for this one. I can grab a taller block. Okay, that works. Now, in order to keep, sometimes these can get skewed. If it's a delicate one, if you just place the stamp down on your paper and then set the block down on top of it, then it'll keep the shape it was meant to have. Okay, so we will stamp. I believe this is kelp. Our family, well, there were several families. It started out as a work trip for my husband when he was working at the Exxon refinery, which was then bought out by Valero, which is how we got to Texas. But we would go on an annual camping trip down to this place called Albion, just below Mendocino. And the guys would go out and they would go abalone diving to get abalone. And they had the best time ever. Let's see. But they would go down and dive through all the sea kelp. Now forget that. They never came across sharks, but still, that stuff freaked me out. Let's stamp the fishies in Pacific Point. one thing about these fish, you can do them either way. So I could do some over here, and I can do some going this way. Kind of cute, right? And just jade for a little seahorse. Okay, cute. And this way we have, I kind of got it spread out a little too much, so I'll have to write the words over here. That's all right. So now we have a completely decorated card. We have the inside and we have a matching envelope. Perfect. I hope you enjoyed me today, and keep in mind that this, oh, that's right, I was going to show you the other cards. I forgot. Okay, so here's one of them, and I have these shiny covers on them. Let me take the covers off so it's easier to see. We have this one. It says thanks a ton, and then the matching envelope. This is what I do. I always put a sticky note on the inside of my card so I remember what I used. Here's another one. This one says thanks a ton. I'm not sure if you can see it, but these strips are embossed with the matching embossing folder, and then I cut it out. So the inside is just decorated with a little strip. The envelope. This one says well done. This one also uses the punch. This one I put a piece of DSP that has a jellyfish on the background, and then I stamped on the vellum and put the vellum over the top of the designer series paper. Cute, right? Oh, see, there's the envelope. And then this last one says you're kind of a big deal, and this one uses the punch and the matching embossing folder, and I just put the kelp with the fish on the envelope. So we have lots of things you can do with this stamp set. That's just a few of them. There's tons of ideas out there on how to best utilize this stamp set, and just there's so many creative people out there in the world, and I'm thankful for each and every one of them because they give everybody such great ideas. Okay, well, thank you for joining me for Man Card Monday, and of course I will be back here next Monday as well. Feel free to jump over to my blog to see what else I have on there. If you like this, please do me a favor and click thumbs up and tell me how much you liked it. Leave me a comment too. I'd love to hear from you guys. Okay, until next time. Bye.